Welcome back, folks, to Pathfinder Kingmaker. We defeated the boss, the troll boss. So yeah, we're pretty badass. I guess there's nothing here to collect. Oh, there we go. It's a giant spider. It's a giant spider. That's a giant spider. They're all summoned, which is interesting. Alright, we have plenty of things that we have to do. We have to return. We have to drop off a few things at the places. We have to take care of like multiple events. We have to take care of this. And that's what I've been taking care of. Yep, let's go ahead and travel there. Need to talk to some people, probably get some stuff fixed and finished.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Let's go ahead and go into the throne room. Because let's see what's going on in the throne room.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Alright, let's see here. Great news, your Grace. Maiden Varn, Lord of Arlis, wants to form an alliance with you. Let's see here. Who is this? One of the competitors who, like you, successfully completed Janus's quest and received barony as a reward. Most Honorable Baron Lucan, this is the Pathfinder, the ruler of the neighboring city of Valhalla. Writing, you might remember meeting me at the reception. Cannot have power effect on it. You are a brave warrior and wise ruler, which is why I had hoped to enlist your support in the future form of friendship. No matter whether the gods of sword lords have contributed to us becoming neighbors, I believe that our alliance will be as steadfast as a rock. To signify alliance and for formation of our alliance, I invite you to visit Varanals to see yourself that my intentions are good. The city is still young, and we have lots of our guests. Our cellars are full of wine, and our storehouses of grain and cheese. It is easy to reach my city. The path of Varanals lies to the east, past the Lake Silver Steps, and over the bridge to Torn Levers. Hard to get lost in these parts. Whether you accept my invitation or not, I ask you one more important thing. Consider building a route and developing trade between our lands. I'm convinced that both of us would only benefit from this union. Interesting. Let's see what we got here. I can see being an ally. Testimonies of loyalty. The counselor has promised to hold a feast in all of his honors. Okay. Baron of the Labor Alliance and an invitation. See our projects, trade agreement. 75 BP. You have no candidates available. Highest ranking officer in the army of the barony is responsible for watching the borders and protecting the realm. And is hot-headed and direct. Okay. What are you doing? Okay, that's fine. Regent only got +2. Okay, well, whatever's. Okay. Events, new settlers. Caravan settles in the region. People are dreamed life. DC 16. Got +4. Wise man. Choose an advisor for this one. Promise of a magician's science in the region are looking quite place. So yeah, we'll take that one. And we'll take that one, because why not? Let's see here. Bumper harvest, failure. Rusty dogs, failure. Claims, I see here. General, you will be... Claim the South Nylons. Declare the South Nylons as part of your kingdom. It's not headed and direct. Insufficient funds. That's a lot of moolah. That's a lot of money. Okay. Research the nature of the curse. Talk to... Okay. Do not get to look at people, everyone. Okay. Projects. Research the nature of the curse. He's busy with something else. Okay. Okay. We need to talk to... Who do we need to talk to? See here, we need 400 something.
Magritio, Turinos. Magritio, Turinos. Magritio, Turinos. Magritio, Turinos.
Okay, let's see what we got here. He's there, he's there. Let's talk to Rhaegar since he's kind of important right now. Tell me about yourself. What deities? What do you remember about your childhood? What deities? Magical powers. What did tattoos mean? How do you manage to use both swords and magic? Do you enjoy making people suffer? Neutral good. If you treat your enemies like that, what makes you better than them? You seem not to like people in power. Why are you helping me? What kind of idiot question is that? Okay, well, thank you for your advice. Tell me what was your life? What happened? Teacher. Technically, did you try to escape? Was slavery legal? Thank you for your answering your questions. What kind of relationship? How'd you two meet? Why do you call her yours? She doesn't seem to like that very much. Are you faithful to each other and are connected? Blah, blah, blah. I can do that. To me, love is impossible without faithfulness. There we are. For your answers, what do you like it in my party? Not to mention, such a pretty one. Ha ha ha. Let's go ahead and shut that down. I do not need to anymore. Okay, yes, go. Hadram, do you feel better now? Talk to Burrow at the Dwarves. Tell me about the 5 Kingdoms. The Sky Citadel. Other questions. I'd like to talk to you about your god. What's Gross's teachings? Plasma. Carrots can speak with their gods. What's Gross will? I still don't understand how you managed to break the anvil with your bare hands. Thanks for the conversation. Okay. Was a bit of a dick move. him destroying stuff, so we got experience for it, kind of. What's this? Cloak of Heroism? Yeah, click that. So, meh. You know, there was no real investment, right? There was actually no real investment in regards to that, so I don't know. Kind of indifferent. It's like, well, the anvil could have been cool, but apparently we didn't need it. Kind of cheesy, but you know, whatever. To the house. It's Octavia. Dog. To the house. Let's see here. What do we need? We need to talk to somebody. Trying to remember where it was at. Did we have like a citizen Tristan? Let's go ahead and talk to Tristan, see what he wants. What are the teachings necessary? Are there any undeserving of mercy? I like the idea, even though flying into such demands is a lot of spiritual strength. What are your duties? Okay.
How may I serve you, Your Grace?
The help of a cleric. See what he's got. Let's go ahead and sell a bunch of junk. All this junk needs to be sold. Oh, yes. This reminds me of Baldur's Gate. A little bit of, what is it? Diablo. Reminds me a little bit of Diablo. Let's go into organizing and descending order. And do that as well. We'll keep that. Cloak of Heroism. That's kind of good. Gold ring. What's this? Ring of Luck. Ring of Protection +2. Bracers of Armor +3. Cloak of Shadows. Constitution and Strength? Nice. We need to equip that on some people's. I don't want to sell that quite yet. Oh, and we got a lot of people doing that. Sure. This is actually a profit for us for once. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and check out our party characters. Magus, level up, please. Sure. He gets a feat. We could do weapon focus. Cleave, nope. Deceitful. Dodge. Dodge is always good. Do we have... Large person would be great. Vampiric touch would be great. Fireball would be great, and then vampiric touch. There we go. And complete that. Okay, and then who else we got? Can we take Arcane Trickster? What's Arcane Trickster need? Arcana 4. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Where's Arcana 4? So why not? We'll take Dodge, because Dodge is amazing. Molten Orb, Scare, Resistance, Summon. I could take Invisibility. Blur would be good too. Web, meh. Burning Arc. Frigid Touch. Let's go ahead and take Invisibility. Yep, there we go. You need to level up too. You're a fighter, so yeah, just level you up. Let's go ahead and take that, and then Knowledge World, I guess. Why not? Blind Fight. Blind Fight's really nice for a fighter, especially in case they miss. Okay, and then you see what else we got. Jaina needs to level up. Inquisitor. What are we going to do with you? Athletics. Let's go with Trickery. There we go. Dodge. And Die Hard. Proof Initiative is always good. True Stag, Stunning Barrier, Protection from Alignment. Cure Serious Wounds. Inflict Serious Wounds. Both of those are great. Anybody else level up? Nope. Okay. Let's go talk to some bodies. Look at that giant wolf. Everybody's like, oh, it's quite an honor to see a giant ass wolf. Sure, we'll collect this. Bone necklace, why not? Isn't there like a tavern into a house? To a house, into a house, to house, to barn. Oh, there she is, right there.
Hey, get up!
Oh.
There we go. You need to talk to Valerie. I think she has a mission or request for us. Valerie, I've received a letter from Finosinder. He says I am free to He says I am free. I am to free you from service and return to Sinsa. Yeah, look at the letter. Is that so? I see. My apologies, Lucana. It seems I must become the reason of this message and highly inappropriate demands its content. I know this person, for instance, is one of my mentor, the Eternal Rose, a true paladin. One of those who insist they are right till the very end. He kept saying louder that anyone venturing herself predetermined my fate, even when I was packing my things before I left. It's like he never came to terms with me leaving, since he found me even here, but the nerve. Mistakes of leaving our rank. Return to the path destined to her by divine will, since when does Farah fancy himself a personal herald of the precious? Enough. Let's put an end to this. If the paladins of the Order of the Eternal Rail require another refusal, then they shall get it. I'm going to the train post with you to meet Frono. I serve you, and it is simple as that. It's my decision, and I'm not going to change it because someone from my past thinks otherwise. And it is time to visit. Her smiles faintly and nods. You know, you don't have to follow etiquette and good manners while speaking to me if you don't want to. I'm aware of that, but I am sure I understand with the others. Okay. Meet him. So just go to the trading post.
Hey, get up!
Is there anything else that we need to do? Greetings, noble ruler of the lands. My name is Astro. I am the messenger of the Temple of Iron from Aslan. I came with a measure of your citizens of your young barony. Could you be a service of priests? Tell me about Abadar. Abadar is the god of clerics, wealth merchants, and core. You're an outsmart, if I'm not mistaken. I could use your help, Claire. Okay. Interesting.
Hey, get up!
Tell me about yourself. That's a little unusual for a dwarf. What are you reading? Okay, I think he had some good stuff, as I recall. Let's see your goods. Heavy shield. Adamantine +1. That is amazing. Because that's so good. That is so good. I'll tell you that right now. Full plate's pretty good as well. Weapons. Cold Iron Breaker. Cold Hand Axe. I really want that silver ring. Okay, that's cool. I think there's one more guy. Yep, him. See what you have to sell. Agile pickaxe. Corrosive heavy flail. I think that was a two-handed weapon. Flaming Bastard sword +1. See, that's really good. Frost dueling sword, glaive. Great club +2. Open curve blade. Final grim. You find out what Finger of Death does. Sling staff. Okay. Let's go ahead and make that deal. Oh, okay. We've got everybody here. Let's go to the trade post, I guess. We need greater restoration or visit the capital. Okay, so we need her, so we can leave him, take her. probably don't want to take anyone bad with us. So... trying to think what else we need to do. I think we also need to take care of that curse, don't we? I guess we'll head there first.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
Let's go ahead and camp. So 15, 15, 15, 15. Okay, we'll see what we do here. See what quests we have. Journal. Score to settle. Now branches less fave. This is do kill the scything tree. Dead man's thing. Just reward. Let's first take care of this. So this chosen. Yep, let's take care of that since we're right there. Let's go ahead and head over to. Yep. See what happens here. Let's talk to the paladins, see if everything's alright. Be like, hey buddy, chillax. We're cool, right? You and me, we're cool. We're good. No need to get all angry and stuff. There we go, paladins. Middle-aged man in polished, shining armor turns to you. His beard and hair is impeccably styled, as an expression of reserved politeness sits frozen on his face, and his piercing gray eyes watch every attention. Baron Lucan, an honor to meet you in person. I am Ferto, a paladin of the most luxurious Sinelli from the Eternal Rose Order. Here are Valerie. How many years has it been since we last saw each other? I'm happy that the years has erased the divine's blessing written on your radiant face. Tell me, why are you here? As I mentioned in my letters, my goal is to return Valerie to Shen's grace. Several years ago, a terrifying mistake was made, and those whose fate was determined before she was born decided to resist her calling. I would appeal to Valerie's mind and remind her of her duty. Speak as though I am incapable of understanding where my duties lie. You're from the Eternal Rose Order, right? I knew Valerie as a girl. You knew Valerie as a girl. Tell me about her. Do you possess the words that describe the chosen of Chanelli? Oh, don't look at me like that. I'm not the only one who believes it. The special roles have been prepared for this girl, and the ranks of the Eternal Roles followers. I'm sure you've noticed Valerie's greatest virtues. She's impeccably loyal to whatever or whomever she serves. Her father did the right thing in sending her daughter to Chanelli's embrace, and Valerie's departure of the order was just an unfortunate mistake of youth. I'm sure she regrets her. Wow, that's... You're pretty, driven by hurt feelings and rash judgments. Only shame and pride has kept her from admitting it, and her true place is the radiance, glorious Chanel. Where are you planning to go? Enjoying my entourage, we will travel west, to the border of Pixax. There, a new temple of my divine order will begin building, an architectural wonder worthy of harboring the very spirit of the Eternal Rose. Of the newer orders of Shani will occupy the temple, the Order of Prism, and this zeal in service of the goddess will be good for Valerie. She has much to unlearn if she is expected to return to Chaneli's favor in respect of her brothers in faith. What? I think you should talk to him. Don't go, Your Grace. My intentions are to know all. Rather, I have come to return you to our faith. Our? How you imagine that not only that I serve Shani, but the faith of her too? I don't recognize you, Valerie. This is, what is this tone you address me with? I remember the politeness and respect you showed your elders. We held you up in this example for the other novice. Laura raises her chin ever so slightly. I am only repaying your courtesy and kind, Vera. If you so easily ascribe to me thoughts and inspirations I do not possess, then I am a literal judge in your own behavior. Watch your tongue, Fredo. You're on my lands, and you will respect my subjects. He gives you a respectful look and nods. In no way did I intend to be impolite. Forgive my manners. It's difficult for me to not address Valerie as a novice. But that is what she is, was the last time I saw. As for my return to the church, which you so bluntly insisted upon, please, Verno, spare me your wordy speeches. The day I walk out of this covenant gates, I made a decision I'm not going to change. I'm never returning to the Eternal Rose Order. I'm never going back to serve Chanel. Whatever nonsense you started with your letter, let's put an end to it once and for all. Ron stays from his face for a long time. His eyes turned steel gray. I don't believe my ears. I expected to see repentance, Valerie. Repentance of your foolish choices. Repentance of the pain you've caused your family and all those who relied on you. Instead, I see a proud renegade who dares to resist the will of the gods and who defies me. The one who labored to bring you up and teach you. I have to admit it, you're somewhat right. This stops under Valen's gaze and moves away apprehensively. Red spots appear under Vera's cheek, and she catches her breath with some difficulty. I am not in the least bit surprised at your words, Frida. You have always been deaf to anything that doesn't go against your beliefs. I am not Chanel's chosen. I am not your god's toy created to entertain the whimsical goddess. I am not. Quiet! Quiet! Before you bring her wrath upon you, how dare you to bestow with celestial beauty so insolent rejection into such a gift of others would only dream about? Your faith is already decided. Lay it out as a fine carpet before you. Enough. I didn't come here to listen to a spoiled child speak out of turn, but only to bring you home. And I will take you at the ear and drag you all the way to the Earth's Covenant if you so likes. I think we need to calm down a little. What you call home, Frida, was my prison. My home is here in these lands, which is just the barony, and I have fought and shed our blood. Here beside the ones I vowed to serve and whom I shan't leave until I die. Here in the Stolen Lands, where for my first time I shall decide for myself and where I belong and what I believe. Take your people, Freda, and go back to the Eternal Rose Abbey. And if you have the nerve to claim I'm Shannon's chosen, well, know that your precious goddess should have chosen her trinkets more carefully. How dare you? Well said, Valerie. Verona looks Valerie in the eye, paladin hands on his weapon. If you insist on standing equals to Shannon's paladin, answer for your words. If you have to drop your dignity, if you have a drop of dignity, you won't deny me satisfaction. Oh, so now I'm suddenly an independent person with your eyes, finally. Well then, I shall agree upon this duel with crucial pleasure. Lucan, you shall be my second. As you say, Valerie, what will you have me do? The second's responsibility includes observing the fight, meditating on the duel, and should the circumstances require, declare the final verdict. Anna reaches for her weapon. I think there's a good enough. Step away, Lucan. I don't want to hit you by accident. Let's see whether you can learn something more than insolence in your mercenary friends. My squires will be my second. Please clear the dueling grounds and do not interfere until the winner has been determined. What are you doing here? Don't worry, good master. We'll settle our argument quickly and do no harm to your trading post. It's over. Are you ready? I am Fredo. I'll let your second start the countdown. Let us begin. So please stand your weapons and assume your positions. 3, 2, 1. Let's see here. Thunder armor. Do I have anything we can use here? This fight? Bear's endurance, bark skin, potion of aid, alchemist fire. Alchemist fire seems reasonable. Potion of enlarged person. Let's do that. Oh man, she's getting foot stomped here. There we go.
I can't keep this up much longer.
She's going to get foot stomped here if she ain't careful. Already got enlarged person, potion of blur, 20% chance of missing. So we need to use this.
I require healing.
First suspect sheaths his weapon. Looks like everything's in its place, doesn't it? You could have, however, enslaved to whomever you wanted to, as long as you were a considerate girl, Valerie. Now you have to answer for all the stupid things you've said in pride and heated moments. I'm satisfied with the outcome of this duel. I see no reason to linger here, upset the owner of this trading post and the Baron. With great sadness, I will continue my way without Valkyrie, who from now on has no right to return to the Order of the Eternal Rose due to her transgressions. I won't bother you anymore. My regards, Your Grace, Valerie. Stop short, farewell. Dear gods, your face, right? What, is there something, is there something? Let me heal you. Just as the wound again winces and finally waves it off. It is nothing. I do not even feel any pain. Only fatigue. Save your pity for someone who is truly wounded. And I just need to rest and wash myself clean of all these conversations of shillelagh. She had 30 AC and she was hitting him. So yeah.
I stand ready.
Magritio Turinos. Magritio Turinos. Magritio Turinos.
Is that part of the duel? A duel is over and Valerie, oh, her poor face. I hope once we're back in the capital, she will find a way to heal that terrible gash. Okay.
Magritio Turinos. Magritio Turinos.
Okay. Since we're here, let's see what else is going on. See what you have to sell. I guess that was a scripted thing. I mean, it seems kind of scripted. With how are things going in the trading post? We're doing all right. See what he's got. Okay. I guess we can rest here. I guess technically we don't need to rest. Let's see what else is going on. How's the trading life doing as well? So I'll have to go for well. So she got injured, but that's fine. We still need to head towards the capital. If we can get there. That's a good question. If we can get there. I don't know if this is the exact same thing, but we'll try. We can't go there. Okay. All right. What else is happening? Man, we're going to be able to get lesser restoration before anything else. Research into was successful. Find +2, 5. Awesome. +4, +2. We have insufficient funds for that. So let's start with a more simple trade agreement. Okay. I don't know. So I guess we got that mission completed. We can explore this back half as well. Let's go ahead. I guess head over to
May
that
we have a
direction.
moment of respite?
Excellent. Alright, let's see what we got here. Random encounter.
You make an epic pose. I need need inspiration.
Dang. He's scary. We are scary. Our wolves are badass, by the way. Our wolf and dog are pretty badass. I'm liking them. I am liking them a lot. We still have to take out the one place, which will be interesting. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. I think, what was it, over here, I think? Bandit camp, Corporal Trail. But we have to go by ourselves, though. Okay. Random encounters.
I shall end the suffering.
Take it. We'll take it. I don't know why you're fighting me, Kobolds. I don't know why you're fighting me.
Forwards.
Valerie is now scarred. I think that was scripted. I probably shouldn't have wasted all those potions and stuff, so... I don't think she even landed a single blow on him. Lost child. Sadly, we couldn't save the boy. The evil spirit killed him. We need to find his parents and deliver the treasure. That's in the capital as well. He died? Meet the nymph. Kill the scything tree. So we may have to go after the scything tree next. Right? Yeah, it seems like all that stuff's happening there, so... So where's the scything tree? So just go ahead and... So we'll try a different route.
Would be nice, don't you think?
Lonely Burrow?
I should gather all strength.
Rest. That's interesting. That's interesting. Ember Rock. Let's see what this is. Maybe we should have finished the Scythe Tree quest first. Before we're like, oh, pop up, pop up, pop up. I'm like, This might not be smart. See what this is. Let's check out this place. Might as well. Let's check it out. Alright, let's buff ourselves.
No. I'm insane.
Unimosi travisi. Unimosi travisi. Unimosi travisi.
Confiding.
Aporane sentes.
Blood for Gorum!
Oh boy. Alright, cool. We got a diamond out of that, nice. It's actually not half bad, guys. That's actually not half bad. Surprisingly, we cleared that out easily. 2 mediums and a huge. Not too shabby. I don't know. I guess I was expecting a little bit more. There's loot right there. We'll collect that on our way out. Huge earth elemental. I'll take it. I'll take it. That's pretty badass. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Let's go kick the Scythe Tree's ass.
Time to search for the spot to rest.
Claim and then camp. Not bad, not bad. Okay, we're all rested up. Lonely Burrow. Burrow. I should take some of these names into my campaign. So that's an interesting concept, just like see a giant earth elemental. Lonely Burrow. Does this feel like traps? Bandit Raider. In dim light, you come across some armed-looking men with swords and bows. Two of them squatting near a body of a halfling. Spying you, one of them man stands up in regards to you and says, "Well now, man. A corpse that doesn't know it's dead yet." "What, have you come to loot this place?" The leader bears himself. "You're too late. We were here first, and we'll keep what we found. We scholars, see, and this is our land." "Dirty marauders, we cannot let them go." "Who are you and what are you doing here?" "Can't you see yourself? Research us." "We are. Research us. The script now. Whatever we find, why we give the poor." The leader chuckles. "We're here on the job, see, and the one here hired us." Here nods to the halfling corpse in the floor. "Needed help to get some of these ruins, and we were like, why not?" He clicks his tongue sadly. "But shame. Soon the little one showed us the way in, and he fell ill. Must have been the excitement, I bet." "Such villainy! You murdered a man who trusted you, and now, to cap it off, you dare utter threats against the immediate ruler of this lands?" What is this place? "Why should I care? Why should I? I just pried open the door and then let's see who's buried within the gold." Attack. Okay. Bandit Raiders, bandits. Let's see if there's any spellcasters. Nope. Okay. Start with some basic stuff.
Tear them apart!
Just jump in, jump in. And just go ahead and do this. Nice. Click, 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 click. Anything of importance or use? Nope, not really. Book is torn and covered in mud. Little left of the text survived. There's a small fragment of the page. And this phenomenon is quite similar to the transpired in the Stolen Lands, as place of local population referred to Ghost Stone. In this hill, it is in a hill, surrounded by forests, crowned by a giant stone. And people say that at night the hilltop emanates bright lights, and the hill is surrounded in thick fog, swirling with eerie, sinister shadows. Stone has resided at the hilltop since the times of immoral, and those who could have recounted its tale to read the dead language and inscribe such a long passing away. However, possessing the most intimate knowledge of history of Asferson, I can claim with full certainty that it is this place where the veil is separated from the planes of existence grow especially thin. It is this place of the portal that some worlds, one in such places, folks tell, shows overwhelming evidence of this fog, a strange shadow, the noises, the stolen lands bound with this legend has like no part of this world. But for the dangers that await the would-be explorers in this wilderness, it is exceedingly difficult to investigate such accounts with due rigor. Transmutation. Interesting. Awesome. So we hired a bunch of thieves and bandits, and that's what happens. Who knew? Well,
claws, please.
Sure, we'll grab that. Okay. And we'll see what we leveled up. Woohoo! Cleric. We're going to take Knowledge World. Why not? Because looky there, who would have thunk that? We could get light armor. Light armor would definitely help us out a lot. Extra channels, 2 extra times, that'd be really great. Proof initiative would be great. Toughness would be great too. We'll take extra channels because extra channels is kick ass. Let's see what we got here. I thought it was this bizarre image of one-eyed people at work. This is the Cyclops.
Look ahead.
It's just not my lucky day. I failed. I'm sorry. I failed. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool.
I see something.
Good.
Anything else?
The mess is cut off its laser for you in dim lights. You can see the edge of a glimmering carvings that winds along their little side. Sure, world knowledge. Nice. Carvings of the coffin depict an ancient Cyclopean empire. See, Cyclopses. They speak of a rebellion wherein humans' tribes rose against their Cyclopean masters. Judging by the images and the riots, was brutally suppressed. Leader of the rebels was caught and the human armies slaughtered. Let's go ahead and perception it. You step closer and take a better look at the sarcophagus lid, and suddenly see deep scratches on its smooth, gleaming surface. Judging by the lid, it was slid aside, then slid back into place. Also, you notice a small row of round holes covering the lid, where they made a let airflow through the coffin. Walk around the sarcophagus, studying where it meets the floor. As you do, you notice fresh tracks of dust. Someone has been here recently. After several failed attempts, they spent a good deal of time catching your breath. The marble falls slides to the side. The sun hits the floor with a great booming echo, echoing in the dark hall. To your horror, the side of the coffin are raked with scratches of dried blood. Someone was buried here. They were desperately trying to get out, but despite the scratch marks, there's nothing inside. The sarcophagus is empty. In the darkness behind you, you hear a faint rustling sound. An involuntary shiver runs down your spine. All of a sudden, the grinding of the stone erupts around you. The lid of the sarcophagus among the walls begins to slide open. It's a trap. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Anything else here? No. Not bad. Not bad. See, I like those traps, right? Fight this, fight that.
We will prevail.
So what do we got here?
This requires your attention.
All right, let's see what we got here.
It's just not my lucky day. Applause, please.
Ancient scrap of scripture covered in leather. The sign bears the traces of lost power. It seems like you found a shard which destroyed that effect. If you find all the pieces, it should restore it to you. Cool.
What's that?
Ho ho ho, nobody move.
I failed. I'm sorry. Applause, please. Can you make an epic pose?
Oh,
I need
crap.
inspiration.
Here comes more baddies. Nice. Select all that. Like that. Not too horrible so far. Ancient scrap. Covered in leather. There's all these people like try and protect their goods. See, I like these dungeons. I like these dungeons with the story. That's what we got here.
To arms!
Stop critting me. Let's go ahead and make sure he's healed.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Unimosi Travisi.
I will protect.
I'm listening.
Confide in me.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
So druids should definitely not be the main tank.
You see that?
Stop. Look.
Just letting the ink dry.
Nice. Cool. Where does the secret passage lead? We will find out on the next episode. See ya. Bye.